Are we truly the captains of our own ships, steering our lives with conscious intent? Every day we make choices, some small, some life-altering, and it feels as though we are at the helm, charting our own course through the unpredictable waters of existence. We plan, we dream, and we act, believing that our will is the driving force behind our journey. Or are we more like puppets, our strings pulled by invisible forces? Sometimes it seems as if unseen hands guide our actions, nudging us in directions we never consciously chose. The world around us, its expectations, its pressures, its subtle cues, can shape our behavior in ways we barely notice. This question sits at the heart of the human experience. For centuries, philosophers, scientists, and everyday people alike have wrestled with the mystery of free will versus fate. Are our lives a product of our own making, or are we following a script written by forces beyond our control? We feel in control, deliberating over decisions and taking credit for our successes. Each achievement, each milestone seems to affirm our autonomy. We reflect on our choices, proud of the paths we've carved and the obstacles we've overcome. Yet a closer look reveals a more complex picture. We're born into circumstances not of our choosing, with biology and environment shaping us before we're even aware. Our families, our cultures, even the era we're born into, all leave their mark, influencing our beliefs, our opportunities, and our sense of self. These forces are the architects of our being, shaping our dispositions and the boundaries of what seems possible. Genetics, upbringing, and education all play a role in crafting the people we become, often setting the stage long before we make our first conscious choice. The tension between the feeling of free will and the evidence for determinism creates a profound paradox. We sense freedom, yet recognize the limits imposed by our nature and nurture. This inner conflict shapes our understanding of responsibility, guilt, and even forgiveness. We are not simply puppets or pilots, but a dynamic interplay of both. Understanding this balance has deep implications for how we live, view justice, and find meaning. Embracing this complexity can lead us to greater empathy for ourselves and others, and perhaps a deeper appreciation for the mysterious dance between fate and freedom that defines the human story. From the very moment of conception, each of us inherits a unique and intricate genetic blueprint. This blueprint is more than a simple code. It's a living set of instructions that shapes not just our outward appearance, but the very architecture and chemistry of our brains, our bodies, and even our potential. The structure of our brains, the way our neurons connect, and the balance of chemicals that flow within us are all influenced by the genes we inherit from our parents. Our DNA acts as a master conductor, orchestrating the production of neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. These chemicals are crucial. They set the stage for our moods, our motivations, and even how we respond to pleasure or stress. Some of us are born with a tendency toward anxiety, while others are naturally drawn to seek out new experiences. These aren't conscious choices, but rather the starting parameters we're given at birth. Our neurochemistry acts as a filter, coloring every moment of our lives. It shapes how we interpret the world, how we react to challenges, and even how we form relationships. Beyond neurotransmitters, hormones like cortisol and oxytocin play a powerful role in our daily behavior. Often these influences operate beneath our awareness, quietly guiding our actions and reactions. These biological tides can nudge us in certain directions, but it's important to remember that our genes are not our destiny. They are tendencies, not unbreakable chains, and we have the capacity to adapt and grow beyond them. Our biology sets the boundaries of our playground, making some paths easier to walk and others more challenging. But within those boundaries, we have room to explore, to choose, and to change. Recognizing the influence of our biology is the first step toward understanding the complex interplay between the hand we're dealt and the way we choose to play it. It empowers us to make informed choices and seek support when needed. To ignore the role of biology is to overlook a fundamental truth about who we are and how we can shape our own lives within the framework we've been given. Biology may draw the map, but environment and upbringing carve the riverbeds of our lives. The family, culture, and socioeconomic status we inherit act as powerful currents guiding our development. Early experiences, especially with caregivers, shape our capacity for trust and resilience. Exposure to stress or security in childhood leaves lasting marks on our brains and behaviors. We don't choose these foundational experiences, yet they profoundly influence who we become. Life is a river. Some are born into calm waters, others into rapids. The river's flow represents the deterministic forces of our environment, carrying us along for much of our early journey. Our beliefs, language, and ambitions are deeply influenced by the river we're in. To understand a person, we must look at both their actions and the powerful currents that have carried them. Despite the powerful currents of biology and environment that shape our lives, humans are not just passive driftwood swept along by forces beyond our control. We are unique in our ability to pause, to notice, and to question the direction in which we are heading. Even when the world feels overwhelming, we have the remarkable capacity to step back and consider our next move. We possess the capacity to reflect, plan, and act with intention. This is the essence of free will. Our minds allow us to imagine different futures, to weigh possibilities, and to set goals that matter to us. Through conscious thought, we can shape our days and, over time, the course of our lives. While we can't change our genetics or erase our past, we can become aware of their influence. Our histories and biology may set the stage, but they do not dictate every line we speak or every step we take. By understanding where we come from, we gain insight into the patterns that guide us. Through self-awareness, we recognize patterns and triggers, moving from reactive to proactive. This awareness is the first step toward change. It gives us the power to interrupt automatic responses and choose a different path, even when old habits are strong. Deliberation, pausing to weigh options and consult our values, lets us act in line with who we want to be. Each decision, no matter how small, is an opportunity to align our actions with our deeper intentions and beliefs. Free will isn't about being free from influence, but about consciously navigating those influences. Life presents us with countless crossroads, and our ability to choose our direction is what makes us truly human. Our past provides the script, but our conscious mind can ad-lib, reinterpret, and even write new scenes. We are both the actors and the authors of our lives, capable of revising our stories as we grow. This power is constrained and requires effort, but it allows for growth and self-authorship. Every time we practice a new habit, learn a new skill, or challenge an old belief, we exercise our freedom to change. Exercising free will is what makes personal change and intentional living possible. It is through these conscious choices, big and small, that we shape not only our own destinies, but also the world around us. Free will's home in the brain is the prefrontal cortex, PFC, our chief executive officer. The PFC handles planning, impulse control, and decision-making, integrating emotional and rational inputs. When you resist an impulse, it's your PFC stepping in. But the PFC is easily compromised by stress, fatigue, or hunger, making us more impulsive. Our capacity for free will isn't constant. It's a resource that can be depleted and must be managed. Understanding the PFC's role gives us a biological basis for strengthening agency. Like a muscle, the PFC can be trained. Practices like mindfulness meditation strengthen self-regulation. By supporting our PFC, we enhance our ability to pause, reflect, and make choices aligned with our values. Strengthening the PFC helps us act intentionally, not just reactively. Life often feels like a game of cards. Luck deals the hand, but skill plays it. Being born in a certain place or meeting someone by chance are wild cards that shape our lives. Acknowledging luck fosters humility. Success is never entirely self-made. Yet over time, strategy and skill matter more than luck. Experts succeed not by avoiding bad luck, but by consistently making optimal choices. We can't control random events, but we can control our preparation and response. Intentional action means focusing on what we can control: effort, preparation, mindset. This perspective transforms our relationship with success and failure, emphasizing growth over circumstance. Life isn't about a perfect hand, but about playing our cards with skill and perseverance. Grand transformations rarely happen overnight. They're built from small, consistent actions. This is neuroplasticity, our brain's ability to rewire itself through repeated effort. Each time we practice a skill or habit, we strengthen new neural pathways. Success is the result of relentless commitment to incremental improvement, not luck or sudden change. World-class athletes and artists are made through thousands of small steps, not single leaps. This empowers us. Focus on one manageable step today, rather than being overwhelmed by the need for massive change. Small, intentional actions are the building blocks of a new reality. They are the practical application of free will, showing we can forge new paths even within constraints. Change is a process, one step at a time. Balancing determinism and free will teaches us empathy and responsibility. Recognizing forces beyond our control fosters compassion for others' struggles. Instead of judging, we ask, what challenges shaped their actions? At the same time, acknowledging our capacity for choice grounds personal responsibility. We're not responsible for the hand we're dealt, but for how we play it. Meaning is forged when we consciously work to overcome our predispositions or use our fortune to help others. Our purpose is built through intentional responses to our circumstances. The goal isn't to choose determinism or free will, but to hold both truths at once. This balanced view enables us to navigate life with wisdom, humility, and courage. How do we turn this understanding into action? Start with mindfulness. Create space between stimulus and response. This space is where free will lives, letting us choose our actions instead of reacting automatically. Set clear, specific goals. Break big ambitions into manageable steps. Shape your environment to support your goals. Remove temptations. Add helpful cues. These strategies conserve willpower and make good choices easier. Living intentionally is an art. Use your unique biology and experiences as materials, and your conscious mind as the sculptor. Embrace both your constraints and your freedom. Accept your limits with grace, but take responsibility for your choices. Reflect. Where can you pause? What small step can you take today? The power to begin shaping your life is always yours.